Hi there. Welcome back to Profit Life Academy YouTube channel. My name is Denzel, also known as Mr. RSA on IG, so follow me. Please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification icon for future uploads. Also like and share the content if you like it. And if you have already subscribed, we'd like to thank you and welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at a new concept. We're going to look at leverage on how it works actually in trading, right? So let's get started. What is leverage? Leverage in simple terms is doing more with less, right? So it involves the use of borrowed capital for an investment, expecting profits made or to be made be greater than payable interest, right? So in any financial business, you need to understand leverage to achieve financial success. So we're going to look at leverage in trading today. So in trading, brokers, which are your middlemen, they provide leverage to retail traders, right? So these are examples of leverages provided by brokers. You have 1:100, 1:200, 1:500, and 1:1,000, right? So there are different types of leverages offered by different type of brokers. So now let's get to how actually these leverages work. How does it work? So you need to also understand and remember that in the previous video, we covered different types of accounts. So in a standard account, which is trading 100,000 units, without leverage, you would need $100,000 to actually have the powers of trading that 100,000 units of a currency, right? But with leverage, that changes. So when you have a leverage of 1:100 on your standard lots, you would need $1,000 to actually have an account that has the powers of trading 100,000 units, which is your standard lots, right? So if you have 1:200, you would need $500. If you have 1:500, 500, sorry, you would need $200, right? So as you can see the trend there, with greater leverage, there's less money required. And the money required would be your margin. So margin basically is down payment for your account, right? So it's down payment for you to be able to get into trades of such magnitude, right? So a typical example would be purchasing a property or a house. So the down payment that you make, or the minimum deposit required, is the down payment for that house. For you to move into that house, you need to first start paying that down payment. It's the same thing applies for a car. For you to actually drive up with that car, when you lease a car, you need to pay the down payment first, which is your margin, right? So that minimum deposit you make is the down payment for your account to be able to trade such account magnitude of currencies like 100,000 units, which is standard lots, right? So now let's get into actually how to calculate those things, right? So margin required is lot size divided by your leverage, right? So for an account that's 100,000 units divided by 1:100, when you have 1:100, you only need $1,000 for your account to actually have the powers of trading that lot size, which is your 100,000 units of account, right? Or a currency, sorry. So margin percentage as well. Margin percentage is the percentage that fluctuates with your margin, right? So it's margin divided by your lot size. So margin percentage comes in when you have your gains with your profits or your losses, right? So whenever you hear people saying don't risk 2% of this, don't risk 5%, blah blah, when they've won trades, they be like, I've made 10% gains or stuff like that. They're talking about margin percentage, which is the percentage of their account they have made, right? So we're gonna look into that when we have the example later on, right? So now let's get into the risks of having an excessive leverage. So remember, someone would say greater leverage, less money required, and they would think that's the only way to actually keep on going because they pay less to make more. But you need to understand that leverage is a double-edged sword. So it can magnify your profits and it can also magnify your losses. So it has the potential to multiply your profits, make them a lot bigger, and it also has the potential to multiply your losses, making your losses a nightmare, right? So with that said, you need to understand that greater leverage also equals greater risk, right? So the bigger your leverage as well, you're exposing your account to losses, you're exposing your account to profits as well. So it's a double-edged sword. You can use it to make a lot. I mean, it can be used to make lots of profits. When it goes against you, it's gonna make lots of losses or high losses, right? So let's get into an example here to understand everything that I've just said. So let's say we have two traders. They both have $1,000 as capital. So they want to trade, but they're also gonna have different leverages. They're gonna use different leverages. So trader one uses 1:100 on his account, and that 1:100 just makes his capital have the powers of a standard lot account, which is 100,000 units of a currency if you're trading currencies, right? So trader two uses 1:10, and their accounts now is just mounts up to mini lots, which is 10,000 units of a currency. You need to go back to the previous video to understand the different types of accounts, which is your standard lots, mini lots, micro lots, and nano lots, to understand this example a little bit better. But anyways, let's continue. So if both traders suffer 10 pips loss on a trade that has, like, the trade they'll be on has a pip value of $10 per pip, right? This is what they would have suffered. Trader one would lose $100 because that would be their standard lot, which is 1 multiplied by 10 pips multiplied by $10 per pip, which is $100. And trader two, using mini lots, would have 0.1 lot that multiplies with 10 pips multiplied by $10 per pip, which is $10. You get it? I hope it makes sense there. And this is how actually you can understand the excessive use of the risk of excessive leverage, sorry. And the same is true for the opposite. If they have gained profits of 10 pips in a trade that is that has a pip value of $10 per pip, they would have gained $100. Trader one, trader two would have gained $10 in their accounts, right? So you need to understand leverage, how it works, and have a proper training to use it wisely so that it can work in your advantage. So you can find yourself a mentor, find yourself a course that you can learn from. You can also educate yourself through the wide range of information that's on the internet. You can find it, go out there and understand how to actually use these concepts that are in trading that most people neglect, right? So today, hopefully you've learned more about leverage or something new about leverage. I think that's it for me. Thank you. And if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the content, comment with your favorite concepts and concepts that you want me to actually touch upon. That's it from me. My name is Denzel, the founder of Profit Life Academy. Yezo.